Welcome to Teaching Tuesday. I'm Miss Heather and I'm here to work on some crafts today, but also we're playing some make-believe. Some of you have probably seen these little wind-up toys. See this little guy? You twist this side and then you put them down and let them go. This one little guy's playing the cymbals. This one, oh, he's gonna fall in his nose. See that? Now those little creatures wouldn't work unless they had this little piece on the side that you use to wind them up. There's our little wind-up key. Now today we're going to be making our own wind-up keys, but the question is, what are they going to wind up? Well, this is where you need someone to help you. And I'm going to get Mr. Bill to help me here in a little bit because I'm going to pretend that the key is going to wind him up. Now this is the one I'm using for a pattern. This is a key that we have that we use to wind up a clock. Now the bottom part is hollow. You see that? And it slides into a little pin, and then you turn it, dreet, 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 and then you take it out. And when you are done, the clock keeps working. So today we're going to make a big one. Look at this. See that? We're going to make a big wind-up key. I didn't cover the whole bottom so that you can see how it all works. And so we're going to pretend that we can wind people up. And I'll show you how that's going to work. These are very easy to make. So let's start out with the supplies that we need for our wind-up keys. First of all, you need an empty box. It can be a cereal box. This is a Cheez-It box. It's empty. It's double. I just flattened it out, just put it in the recycling bin. You're going to need a toilet paper tube or a paper towel tube. This is a paper towel tube. Scissors, your glue stick, some tape. I have duct tape, but you can use other kinds of tape. And I have a marker, so I can mark on my box. If you're going to use a water-based marker, just realize that it's probably going to come off the box onto your hands. If you use a permanent marker, it won't come out of your clothes and it won't come off your hands for a while. You can also use a pen or a pencil, whatever it is that you can see on the box as you're drawing a pattern. Are you ready to go? Here, let me move my little people out of the way. All right, here we go. First thing you're going to do is you're going to take your box. See that okay? My box is flat, and I'm going to draw a pattern on it. See this? So I'm going to make it curved here, and then kind of come down so that it's thinner at the bottom. It's almost like a heart, the top of a heart, but it's not pointy in the middle. So I'm going to draw a couple lines on here. I'm going to start this as the middle, kind of like a triangle with curved corners. I'm going to come down like this. See, it's just flat across the top right now. I'm going to go around out into the edges of the box. All right, so that's the basic shape. Okay, now I've got lines all over the place, don't I? So when I cut, I'm just going to pick the line I want. I'm going to scoop this top in just a little bit. See that? I think maybe I'm going to take this part and bring it in a little bit this way. See how I'm making the curvy triangle, and I'm just pushing the sides of it in a little bit. Here's your triangle, and then I'm just pushing the sides in a little bit. I've got lots of lines there, but it's okay. We're gonna pick whichever lines we want to go on, and then you just cut out. And you may need some help because the paper's heavy, and some big scissors would help on this too. Some adult scissors. If you've got little scissors because you're a little guy, you may want somebody to help you because it will be easier with heavy scissors. And see how I'm cutting with the back of the scissors and not the front? The back gives you a little more power back there as you're moving your hands. I'm not using the front at all. Keep my scissors mostly straight, and I'm turning the paper, the cardboard, as I'm going through here and following along the direction I want to go. There. Just put the extra stuff off to the side here. And this is what you're left with, this crazy shape. Now on the key, if you want to leave the outside like looking like that, the cereal box or the Cheez-It box, whatever you've got, that's fine. I'm going to turn mine inside out. This side is on a fold, so I'm just going to fold the whole thing inside out. See that? Now it's plain, and now I can decorate it. The next step, you need your glue stick. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to use my glue stick, and I'm going to put a line the whole way around, a good heavy line of glue around the outside, and a couple lines in the middle. This is going to hold both sides of your key together. And once you've got the glue on there, you just fold it back in half again and squish it down nice and tight. See that? Squish it down nice and tight. I'm outside today, so I'm not always sure on how far my computer screen should be down to get a good picture. So I'm in a different location than I usually am. So now you've got the basic key that you have. Now your glue's not dry yet, but it's going to be pretty tough. It's going to hold your two pieces together. If they're not quite straight, you can move them around to line them up, or you can just leave them a little crooked. These are a little crooked. You can see where the edges of the boxes are and the folds, but because the folds are not in the same place, see that? They're not in the same place, so it's not wobbly. Now, on the first key that I made, I covered all of this with tape, and then I just drew a picture on there. You can decorate however you would like to. So if you'd like to decorate this with some different colors, you can do that. The box that I have has got some red on it, so I'm going to use some red here and make some designs. I'm going to make a couple circles, maybe. We'll see how this works. Got a couple circles to decorate because there are circles in my pattern. Wouldn't take as much metal that way, and your key wouldn't be quite as heavy if you had open circles in it. See? These are open. Plus it looks kind of decorative. So I've cut 2 circles out of my Cheez-Its box. I think I'm going to just glue them on right here, just because it's a fun decoration. And then I'll cut 2 more out and put on the other side, so it looks like there's an open space there. You could use a marker to do this. You could use tape. You could use whatever you'd like. I'm going to get 2 more pieces of box here. I've got my leftovers. 2 more pieces, and I'm going to put them together. I'm going to cut out 2 more circles for the other side. They may not be exactly the same size, but it'll be a fun decoration. Markers, crayons, you can use fabric. Flip it over. Those aren't very good circles, but that's all right. We're going to put them on there anyway. So I'm going to glue these on to this side. See that? Just some glue. Put it up there in the corner. Your glue doesn't have to go all the way to the edge on this. There. I've got my key. I'm going to put another circle, just up here. I think maybe this one would be where I could hang my key on a string if I wanted to. Kind of looks like, eyes there. So this is going to be my winder. See that? Now I need one more thing to add. Remember I told you that on, extra pieces here, on my pattern, remember I told you that there's a tube on the bottom that you would hook in to a peg that would be there. So we need to put that part onto our wind-up key. So this is where you're going to need your paper towel tube. I'm not going to measure it. I'm just going to guess about where half is and just cut it in half. And my pieces fly all over. It's not very straight there, but I suppose it's not going to hurt anything. The next thing you're going to need to do is you're going to make 2 slits in this. I'm going to take my marker and mark this. Here's one side. See where there's slit is? And I'm going to push this side down a little bit because then I can mark halfway on my other side. See that? So mark on each side, and I just flattened it a little bit to make sure I'm exactly on the opposites. Now with my scissors, I'm going to cut about halfway down. See that? And I'm going to take a little tiny sliver of that paper out. Just a teeny tiny bit. Look how tiny that is. But it will give some extra space in there for the cardboard of your key to fit in. Now you're going to do the same thing with the other side. It's about halfway. You can check the other side and see if it's about the same place. And then cut a very thin little piece. It's so thin I can just pull it off. Your paper towel tube looks like this. It's flattened a little bit on one end where you've cut each side. You can look and see if they're about the same space. This one needs to go down a little bit more. There we go. Are you ready for the next step? Now take the top part of your key. You're going to put it right in that slit on your tube. See how it fits in there? Take a piece of tape. You could use whatever kind of tape you want. I've got duct tape. You may need some help tearing it. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to tape it right across. See this? Right here, right in the middle. And I'm just going to tuck the extra pieces onto the other side of the key. See that? So it's going to stay on there. I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. Piece of duct tape. Tape it right over top. Squish it down really tight because you don't want the bottom part of your key to break off. And then I'm just going to bend the other part of the tape around the back. Now it's on there pretty good. See that? If you'd like to, you can trim. See how this edge comes out a little bit? You can trim that off if you'd like. It's kind of hard to do. You don't have to at all. I just trimmed it a little bit, but in the process I tore the tube. I think I'm going to put another piece of tape here just to make it a little stronger. I'm going to come down around this bottom part and just wrap it around onto the back side of the tube. Like that. Put another piece here. There. Now we know that's going to be on good and tight. It's not going to come off. You see that? Now you have your key made. You can decorate this any way you want to. The most important thing is that you've got a circle on this end and you've got something to hold on to as you turn it. Now we're ready to pretend we're going to wind up a friend or a family member. I'm going to go get Mr. Bill and I'm going to show you how this works. I'll be back in just a minute. Hi, I'm back and look who I have with me. I brought Mr. Bill. He's going to help me out as I show you how to use your wind-up key. You ready? Okay, so you need to ask someone to help. Could you please help me?
Sure.
Okay, I need you to turn around and I'm going to... No. Please turn around and face away from me. He has an audience. So I'm going to take the key and very lightly. I'm not going to do anything that's going to hurt him. I'm going to pretend he's a wind-up toy and I'm going to put this at his back and I'm going to go shriek, and hopefully he'll wind up and pretend he's going to do something. You think I should let go now? Oh, look at that. Thank you so much. Oh no, we have to wind him up again. So come over, not hard. Look, look. Now he can do something else.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much, Mr. Bill. I appreciate it. And off he goes. That is how you use your homemade wind-up key. Just make sure that you don't do it hard because that would hurt somebody, and ask them if they would like to play with you because it could be a lot of fun. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you again next week.